spiritual master are the only way by which we can obtain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our heart with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the Lord and master of the devotees. Oh, Master, be merciful unto us. Please give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Savadhana mate Bando mui savadhana mate Yahara prashade bhai e bhavatoriya yai Yahara prashade bhai Hey Bhavatoriya Yai Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Jitete Koriya Aikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Shitete Koriya Aikya Anakori ho mane Asha Anakori ho mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati. Oops. De prasade pure sarva asha. De prasade pure sarva asha. Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se. Oh chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se. Divya gyan hriday prakashito. Divya gyan hriday prakashito. Prema bhakti yaha hoite avidya vinasha jate. Prema bhakti yaha hoite avidya vinasha jate. Vede gaya hara charito. Vede gaya hara charito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu. Lokanat Lokera Jivana. Srila Prabhupada Lokera Jivana. Ha ha Prabhu Koro Doya Dehamore Padachaya. Oh ha ha Prabhu Koro Doya Dehamore Padachaya. Hebe Yaskushuk Tribhuvana. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana. Due Padilo Ilo Sharana. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jai 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachari Shatarine. Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada. Shyam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astrotada Siddhishrishimat His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Radhadesh Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mayi Jamuna Mayi Saraswati Mayi Shrimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai Shrimati Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Harinama Sankirtan Ki Jai Brihat Mridanga Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Not so crowded at the moment. Are you staying? Are you going to stay? You want to be my audience? Do you want to be my audience? Oh, that's nice. They have to go to another class. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the people who are watching online. The Bhakti Shastri students have some other class this morning, so they've all disappeared. Not very crowded on the Prabhu's side today. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Chanda Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Chanda Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Chanda Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Chanda Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Megan. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Bhakti Shastri has another class today. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Gopinatha Radha Gopinatha Radhe. Jaya Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astatarasata Sri Srimad Apayacharanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Tatanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadata Sri Vasudi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Gaur and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prashnamatre, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nivishesha Shrinivari Paskichane Satani. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Ete cham sakala pungshan Krishnastu bhagavan svayam indra rivyakulam lokam ridayanti yuge yuge. All the above-mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, Text 24. Vasudeva Kalananta Sahasravatana Swarat Agrato Bhavata Devo Hare Priya Chikirshaya. She's Radha Gopinath Ki Jai. Vasudeva Kalananta Sahasravat Dhanaswarat Agrato Bhavita Devo Hare Priya Chikirshaya. Vasudeva Kalananta Sahasravatana Swarat Agrato Bhavita Devo Hare Priya Chikirshaya Vasudeva Kalananta Sahasravatana Swarat Ragato Bhavita Devo Hare Priya Chikirshaya Vasudeva Kalananta Hare Priya Chikirshaya Vasudeva Kalananta Sahasravatana Swarat Vasudeva Kala Ananta. The plenary expansion of Lord Krishna, known as Anantadev, or Sankashan Ananta, the all-pervasive incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Sahasra Vadana, having thousands of hoods. Swarat, fully independent. Agrata, previously. Bhavita, will appear. Deva, the Lord. Hare, of Lord Krishna. Priya Chikirshaya, with the desire to act for the pleasure. Translation: the foremost manifestation of Krishna is Sankarshan, who is known as Ananta. He is the origin of all the incarnations within this material world. Previous to the appearance of Lord Krishna, this original Sankarshan will appear as Baladev, just to please the Supreme Lord Krishna in his transcendental pastimes. Please repeat. The foremost incarnation of Krishna is Sankarshan, who is known as Ananta. He is the origin of all incarnations within this material world. Previous to the appearance of Lord Krishna, this original Sankarshan will appear as Baladev, just to please the Supreme Lord Krishna in his transcendental pastimes. Purport. The purport is about the same size as the verse. Sri Baladev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is equal in supremacy to the Supreme Godhead. Yet, whenever Krishna appears, Sri Baladev appears as his brother, sometimes elder and sometimes younger. When Krishna appears, all his plenary expansions and other incarnations appear with him. This is elaborately explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This time, Baladev would appear before Krishna as Krishna's elder brother. Om Jnanatimrandasha Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasandubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This story is being told by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit on the bank of the Ganges at Hastinapur. So what's happened is that Lord Brahma has gone to Svetadvip, to the Milk Ocean, to speak to Lord Vishnu. And so he went with all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, and Bhumi also followed, because what had happened was Bhumi, the predominating deity of the earth, she was feeling overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of different kings. So she took the shape of a cow and she went to Lord Brahma and she told of her calamities due to these demoniac kings, and she was crying, and then Lord Brahma, he was feeling very much aggrieved, and they went to the Milk Ocean. So they all went there and they chanted the Purusha Shukta prayers, and then nothing happened. They didn't get any response. So then Lord Brahma went into meditation and he heard the message that was given. So now he's telling the message from verse 22 till 25. He's telling the message that he got from the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So he's telling him all the messages, all the demigods should take birth in the family of the Yadu dynasty as sons and grandsons to help Krishna in his pastimes. Krishna is going to come very soon. First Balaram will come, then Krishna will come, and then Yogamaya will also come. So these three we have on the altar as Jagannath, Balaram, and Subhadra. So today he's telling that Sankashan is going to come. So in the word for word it says Vasudeva, Kala, Ananta. Vasudeva has got two meanings. One meaning is that it's Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, and the other meaning is that it's all-pervading. Like when Bhagavatam begins, the first shloka is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and the translation is I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading personality of Godhead. Let me have a look. O my Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So it's got these two meanings. So I wanted to tell what Ananta looks like. Sankashan is sitting at the bottom of the universe, so there's two. If you look in the Mayapur Temple of Vedic Planetarium, they're going to show the universe in three-dimensional form. So you've got one Ananta, which is carrying all the universes on his head. And these universes are described, he's feeling it like a mustard seed. Like the universe that we're in now is described like a mustard seed on this huge head, hood of Anantadev. So he's got thousands of hoods. And the universes are feeling just like a mustard seed. Let me see if I can get it from the 5th canto. In the 5th canto there's some cosmology. Shukadeva Goswami said, I'm reading from Canto 5, Chapter 25, The Glories of Lord Ananta. Shukadeva Goswami said to Maharaj Parikshit, my dear king, approximately 240,000 miles beneath Patala lives another incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is an expansion of Lord Vishnu known as Lord Ananta or Lord Sankarshan. So you've got the one that's holding the universes on his head, and then in this universe, below the 14 planetary systems, you've got another Ananta, which is holding the planets on his head. So at the bottom of the universe, you've got Lord Ananta. This great universe, situated on one of Lord Ananta's thousands of hoods, appears just like a mustard seed. It is infinitesimal to the hood compared to the hood of Lord Ananta. So what happens is at the time of devastation, then Lord Ananta is going to destroy the universe. He's going to get slightly angry, and from between his eyebrows is going to come three-eyed Rudra, which is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, and they're going to destroy the whole universe. First there's going to be 100 years of rain, then there's going to be 100 years. No, first the sunshine is going to burn for 100 years of the demigods, then it's going to rain for 100 years of the demigods, and then it gets all flooded. So he's got this element of destruction. And another thing that Sankarshan is known for is his power of attraction. I'm sitting slightly schief. So if you look at night, at the sky at night, when it's clear, you see this big black sky, and all the stars are like diamonds. I saw one time, I was in the south of Iraq, near to the about 1 mile from the Saudi Arabian border, and there was no light pollution. It was completely black sky, and you could see the stars like it was clear. It was a new moon, and there was like 1 million diamonds in the sky. So all these planets, they're all planets, and they all have a certain place. Some of them are grouped together in constellations. And this power that holds them in their place is the power of Sankarshan. Like there's one famous one, it's called the Plough, or Ursa Major, or I think it looks like a question mark sometimes. Big Dipper it's called. Sometimes I think it looks like a saucepan. But the 7 same stars are in the same shape. And they go around the North Pole, which is Svetadvip is on the North Pole Star, Dhruvaloka. That's where Svetadvip is, the Milk Ocean is on the Pole Star. It's a spiritual planet in the material world. And Kshirodakashayi Vishnu lives there, and that's where Lord Brahma has gone with all the demigods. To this planet, the Pole Star. So this keeping together power of Sankarshan in the material universe. If you hold something and you let go, it falls down. We call it the law of gravity, but this is the power of Sankarshan. We call it gravity. You drop it and it goes down towards the center of the earth. It pulls in. It keeps everything from floating away. Otherwise the papers would all float from the table and everything would float throughout the room. It's Sankarshan's power that's keeping everything held together. So sometimes he appears as a younger brother and sometimes as an elder brother. So in Ram Leela, Balaram was Lakshman. He was the younger brother, and he said, never again, next time I want to be the elder brother. So now he's going to be the elder brother. So he appeared before Krishna. And what he did was he helped Krishna in his pastimes. And if you look in Krishna book, and if you type in Krishna and Balaram, you get loads and loads of hits. You could almost call it the Krishna and Balaram book. I wrote it down, how many hits, but I can't find it. I was looking up how many hits it was.
Many, it was many. Krishna and Balaram. Oh, this is Krishna book. I thought I would read some little stories from Krishna book. So first of all, I'm going to read something from when they were very young. So it wasn't just Krishna who was stealing butter, it was Krishna and Balaram. Both Krishna and Balaram were so restless that their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini, would try to protect them from cows, bulls, monkeys, water, fire and birds while they were executing their household duties. Always being anxious to protect the children and to execute their duties, they were not very tranquil. In a very short time, Krishna and Balaram began to stand up and move slightly on their legs. When Krishna and Balaram began to walk, other friends of the same age joined them. And together they began to give the highest transcendental pleasure to the gopis, specifically to Yashoda and Rohini. All the gopi friends of Yashoda and Rohini enjoyed the naughty, childish activities of Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. So what they did was they went to steal butter in different houses. And then the gopis would all go and complain to Mother Yashoda that they're stealing butter. They're saying that we put it in a dark place, we hang it from the ceiling, but they somehow can find it because their jewelry is so effulgent. So Mother Yashoda says, okay, I'll take away their jewelry. And then the other gopis say, well, that won't help because they're so effulgent, they can still see like it's daylight. But actually, if the Krishna and Balaram don't go and steal butter, then the gopis miss them and they prefer that they would go. And, oh, I found it, 197 hits. Krishna and Balaram, Krishna and Balaram, Krishna and Balaram. So we could call it the Krishna and Balaram book, Krishna book. So then they got a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to read from a chapter called Killing of Dhenuk Asura. What does he look like? An ass. In this way, both Krishna and Balaram began to enjoy the residents of Vrindavan to their full satisfaction, along with the cows and calves on the bank of the Yamuna. In some places, Krishna and Balaram were accompanied by their friends. The boys were singing, imitating the humming sound of the drones, and accompanying Krishna and Balaram, who were garlanded with forest flowers. While walking, the boys were sometimes imitated the quacking sounds of the swans in the lake, or when they saw the peacocks dancing, they imitated them before Krishna. Krishna also moved his neck, imitating the dancing and making his friends laugh. So then one day, his most intimate friends, Sri Dhamma, Subal, and Stoka Krishna, began to address Krishna and Balaram with great love and affection. Dear Balaram, you are very powerful, your arms are very strong. Dear Krishna, you are expert in killing all kinds of disturbing demons. Will you kindly note that just near this place is a big forest with the name Talavan. This forest is full of palm trees, and the trees are all filled with fruits, and some of them are falling down, and some of them are very ripe, even in the trees. It is a very nice place, but because of a great demon, Dhenuk Asura, it is very difficult to go there. We can't reach the fruits. And so they're telling them, how much they want these fruits, and they're saying, the aroma of this fruit is spread everywhere. Can't you smell it? So they're trying to get Krishna and Balaram to go and kill this demon. When Balaram and Krishna were petitioned by their smiling, intimate friends, they were inclined to please them. So they began to proceed to the forest. Balaram began to yank the trees with his arms, exhibiting the strength of an elephant. Because of this jerking, all the ripe fruits fell down upon the ground. upon hearing the sound of the falling fruits, the demon Dhenuk Asura, who was living there in the form of an ass, began to approach with great force. And what does Balaram do? He grabs him by his legs and whirls him around, wheels him around and throws him into the top of a palm tree. The demon's body was so heavy that the palm tree fell upon other trees, and several fell down. It was as though a great hurricane had passed through the forest. So after the demon was thrown into the trees, all his friends and associates came and began to attack Krishna and Balaram. So they also got thrown into the trees. This picture was in, they've got this picture, or they had it in the temple in Amsterdam. It was one of the pictures on the wall. That was the first temple I used to visit. There was a picture they were whirling these demons around. It didn't look very animal friendly. You know, for a first visit to an ISKCON temple, they're like whirling these asses around. So then a little bit later, Krishna and Balaram were playing, and imitating their play, Pralambasura appeared there as a cowherd boy. And what they were doing, they were playing in Jewel, and he carried Balaram on his back. Pralambasura was the greatest of demons, and he had calculated that Krishna was the most powerful of the cowherd boys. In order to avoid the company of Krishna, Pralambasura carried Balaram far away. But when he was carrying Balaram, he began to feel the burden, and thus he assumed his real form. When he appeared in his real feature, he was decorated with a golden helmet and earrings and looked like a cloud with lightning carrying the moon. And his body expanded and expanded, and his eyes were dazzling like blazing fire, and his mouth was flashing with sharpened teeth. And Balaram, well, first of all, he was surprised, and he said, "How is it that all of a sudden this carrier has changed in every way?" So then what Balaram did was, he understood that this demon was going to kill him, so he struck the head of the demon with his strong fist, just as the king of heavenly planets strikes a mountain with his thunderbolts. Being stricken by the fist of Balaram, the demon fell down dead, just like a snake with a smashed head, and blood poured from his mouth. Not this bit. Now I'm going to go further on that Akrura has now arrived in Vrindavan to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. When Akrura entered Vrindavan, he saw Krishna and Balaram engaged in the supervising the milking of the cows. Krishna was dressed in yellow garments and Balaram in bluish. Akrura also saw that Krishna's eyes were exactly like the beautifully grown lotus flower of the autumn season. Both Krishna and Balaram were in the spring of their youth. Although they were similar in bodily features, Krishna was blackish in complexion, whereas Balaram was whitish. They were both the shelter of the goddess of fortune. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Ki Jai. They had well-constructed bodies, beautiful hands, and pleasing faces, and they were as strong as elephants. Now, after seeing their footprints, Akrura actually saw Krishna and Balaram face to face. Although they were the most influential personalities, they were glancing at him with smiling faces. Akrura could understand that both Krishna and Balaram had returned from tending cows in the forest. They had taken their baths and were dressed with fresh clothing and garlanded with flowers, and necklaces made of valuable jewels. Their bodies were smeared with the pulp of sandalwood. Akrura greatly appreciated the aroma of the flowers and sandalwood and their bodily presence. He considered himself very fortunate to see Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his plenary expansion, Balaram, face to face, for he knew that they were the original personalities of the creation. It's like, Srila Prabhupada explains it like you've got a candle. Supposing you have a box of candles and you light the first candle, then from this candle you can light all the other candles in the box and they will burn with equal burning power, but one was the original one. So Krishna is the original one, and the next candle is Balaram, and the next one is Sankarshan. So it goes on. And they're all as powerful. Sometimes Krishna says to Balaram, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Well, they're both the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then Akrura takes Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. And when they're in Mathura, it has been arranged that they have a gambling match, not a gambling match, a wrestling match, So Balaram is going to fight with Mustika. These wrestlers are described like as huge, like mountainous people, men. After Kamsa's wrestlers expressed their determination, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the killer of Madhu, confronted Chanura, and Lord Balaram, the son of Rohini, confronted Mustika. Krishna and Chanura, and then Balaram and Mustika locked themselves, hand to hand, leg to leg, and began to press against the other with a view to come out victorious. They joined palm to palm, calf to calf, head to head, chest to chest, and began to strike each other. The fighting increased as they pushed one another from one place to another. One captured another and threw him down on the ground, and another rushed from the back to the front of another and tried to overcome him with a hold. The fighting increased step by step. There was picking up, dragging, and pushing, and then the hands and legs were locked together. All the arts of wrestling were perfectly exhibited by the parties as each tried to defeat his opponent. I'm going to skip a bit now. Mustika also struck Balaram, and Balaram returned the stroke with great force. Mustika began to tremble, and blood and vomit flowed from his mouth. Distressed, he gave up his vital force and fell down dead, just like a tree falls down in a hurricane. After the two wrestlers were killed, a wrestler named Kuta came forward, and Balaram immediately caught hold of him with his left hand and killed him nonchalantly. So they had great fun in the wrestling arena. So now I'm going to go later on. There's a chapter called Genealogical Table of the Family of Krishna. And in this chapter, it's described that they have a chess match. So the occasion is the marriage of Aniruddha, the grandson of Krishna. He's getting married. And then the king of Kalinga gives Rukmi the ill advice to play chess with Balaram. Now Balaram, he likes sport and competitions, but he's not very good at playing chess. So Balaram put the first bet, 100 gold coins. They play and Balaram loses. And they start making comments, nasty comments at him. So then he plays again. The next bet is 1,000 gold coins. Again, Balaram loses. So they have another excuse to belittle him and start laughing. And then Balaram makes another bet, 10,000 gold coins. And again, he loses. But the next time, now he's getting a little bit angry. His eyes are already red, but he's getting a little bit angry by this time. Next bet is 100,000 gold coins. And this time Balaram wins. But Rukmi says, no, I won. So they carry on. Next one is 100 million gold coins. And Balaram wins. And Rukmi says, no, I've won. And Balaram's pretty furious now. And a voice from the sky says, by all honest means, Balaram has won. But still, they're saying that Rukmi won. In spite of this divine voice, Rukmi insisted that Balaram had lost, and by his persistence it appeared that he had death upon his head. Falsely puffed up by the ill advice of his friend, he did not give much importance to the oracle and began to criticize Balaramji. He said, "My dear Balaramji, you two brothers, cowherd boys only, may be very expert in tending cows, but how can you be expert in playing chess or shooting arrows on the battlefield? These arts are well known only to the princely order." Hearing this kind of pinching talk by Rukmi, and hearing the loud laughter of the other princes there, Lord Balaram became as agitated as burning cinders. He immediately took a club in his hand and without further talk struck Rukmini on the head. From that one blow, Rukmi fell down immediately and was dead and gone. Thus Rukmi was killed by Balaram on that auspicious occasion of Aniruddha's marriage. These things were not very uncommon in Kshatriya society. And what happened to the king of Kalinga? Because he kept gritting with all his teeth, is they got broken by... Balaram had this club in his hand, and the king of Kalinga standing there with this big cheesy grin. So Balaram got his club and he smashed all these teeth. So that was his punishment for giving the ill advice to play chess and grinning about it the whole time. Then one day, Balaram was sitting with some gopis, and one gorilla came along, this really naughty gorilla, more than naughty, let me see if I can pronounce it, Dravida. So he's rude. He's rude. He starts pulling at the girl's clothes, and then he starts showing his genitals. He's being really, really disgusting, actually. So Balaram starts fighting with him, and they're using trees to hit each other. And then in the end, they just use fists, and Balaram hits him on the collarbone with his fist. So this time Lord Balaram became most angry. Since the gorilla was striking him with his hands, Lord Balaram would not strike him back with his own weapons, the plough or the club. Simply with his fist, he began to strike the collarbone of the gorilla. This striking proved fatal to Dravida, who immediately vomited blood and fell unconscious upon the ground. After this horrible incident, all the siddhas, great sages and saintly persons from the upper planetary systems showered flowers on the person of Lord Balaram. And they began to chant, "All glories to Lord Balaram." So anyway, later on the Battle of Kurukshetra was due to take place, and Balaram was friends with both sides. He taught the art of fighting with a club both to Balaram and to Duryodhana. And Duryodhana was actually a very good student. He was very respectful to his teacher, he learned very nicely, he became very expert with fighting at with a club. So Balaram decided not to take sides in the Battle of Kurukshetra. He instead went on pilgrimage. So while he was on pilgrimage, he went to one place called Naimisharanya. And the sages had already started their 1,000-year sacrifice. And Ramahashana Sutta was sitting on the Vyasasam. And when Balaram came, all the sages and everybody stood up except Ramahashana Sutta. He's thinking, I'm on the Vyasasana, I don't have to stand up. Normally, when someone comes in, the person on the Vyasasana doesn't have to stand up. Like even if it's a sannyasi, they don't have to stand up. So when Balaram walked in, Ramana Sutta didn't stand up, and Balaram's thinking, well, this is not correct. Balaram's God. It's not just a sage or someone. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if Ramana Sutta doesn't know the etiquette, that when Supreme Personality of God walks in, imagine Krishna would walk in now, and I wouldn't get up from the Vyasa-san. Like, wouldn't be very. Imagine Balaram walking with a piece of kusha grass in his hand. So then he decided that he was going to chastise Ramahasana Sutta. Considering these points, he killed Ramahasana Sutta simply by striking him with a kusha straw, which was nothing but a blade of grass. Just got a blade of grass and killed him with a blade of grass. Oh, he didn't need the blade of grass, but he just used it. And then all the sages said, oh, Balaram, what have you done? We just blessed him with a long life. He was supposed to stay for the whole duration of the yajna. So then Balaram was saying, well, do you want me to bring him back to life? I could bring him back to life if you want. They said, no, but what are we going to do now? So then Ramahasana Sutta had a son, and that was Sutta Goswami. So Balaram said, okay, I'll give him the blessing of a long life, and he can do the yajna. So then Sutta Goswami was the next speaker. And so they said, but you should do some atonement. You should do something, because you just killed a Brahmana, well, half Brahmana, but he was equal to a Brahmana, so you should atone. And they said, well, we don't want to tell you what to do, but we do have a suggestion. We suggest you kill this demon called Balvala. So as his atonement, he does that. He kills the demon Balvala. So what this demon would do, he would come and attack the sacrificial arena and just pollute the whole place and just with all impure things, urine and stool and all kinds of horrible things. He would come and pollute the place regularly, like twice a month he would come. So then Balaram decided that he would kill him. So this demon, he appeared with a great trident in his hand. He was a gigantic person, and his black body was like a huge mass of carbon. His hair, beard and moustache appeared reddish like copper. And then when he saw the demon, Lord Balaram prepared to attack. He called for his plough and his club, and they appeared before him. The demon Balvala was flying in the sky. So Balaram got his plough and dragged him down. Extendable plough. And then he smashed the demon's head with his club. Balaram's striking fractured the demon's forehead, making blood flow profusely. Screaming loudly, the demon who had been such a disturbance to the pious brahmanas, fell to the ground like a mountain, with a red oxide peak being struck and smashed to the ground like a thunderbolt. So that's how he atoned for his sin. He killed this demon so they could peacefully carry out their sacrifices. So that's who, that's the stories from Krishna book, who Balaram killed. The ass demon, Dhenukasura. The fake cowherd boy, Pralambasura. Some of the wrestlers, Mustika and a few others. And then after the wrestlers, then Krishna killed Kamsa, and Kamsa had 8 brothers. So they were furious that Kamsa had been killed. But because they were all relatives of Krishna, even Kamsa was actually his maternal relative, So then Balaram decided to kill all the brothers. So he killed the 8 brothers of Kamsa. Then during the chess match, he killed Rukmi, who was the brother of Rukmini, Krishna's wife. Her first wife was called Rukmini, and her brother was Rukmi. And he never got over the fact that that Krishna had stolen his sister. That was just on her day. She was supposed to get married to Shishupal. So on the day of the marriage, Krishna went and kidnapped the bride. And Rukmi never got over it. They tried to capture Krishna, they couldn't stop him, but he never forgave him, even though they were then family. He always had this difference with him. So he was killed during the chess match. And actually the daughter of Rukmi married the son of Krishna. And then the grandson married the granddaughter of Rukmi. So they although they were not friends, they kept having these family ties. So then finally the marriage of the grandson and granddaughter, then Rukmi made the mistake of playing chess. And then Dvivida Gorilla was killed by Balaram, and Ramahashana Sutta. They're the ones that I picked out from Krishna book. That was what I prepared. Well, I got all kinds of technical things which I didn't want to get into about Kala and Amsa. And I just wanted to tell the stories from Krishna book. Has anyone got anything to add? Yes?
I was just wondering, you're saying the spiritual planets in the material world, and that's Druva.
Yeah.
So, Druva is in the
There's on this planet there's an ocean of milk, and on this ocean that's where Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is lying down. And so all the incarnations in the universe come from Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. That's all within the universe. And if anyone has any problems on their planet, they can go to Brahma. And then if he can't sort it out, he goes to Vishnu, and they all went to Svetadvip, to the Milk Ocean. They stood on the shore of the Milk Ocean and offered the Purusha Sukta prayers to speak to Vishnu. Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, that's on Dhruvaloka. So Dhruva, he wanted a kingdom bigger than his father's. He wanted a better kingdom than his father, and he was given the planet, a pole star.
He even wanted better than his grandfather.
Yeah. So he's there for thousands, and I think until the end of the life of Brahma. Oh, I'm not speaking properly into the microphone. The cook is complaining, yes?
I found it interesting that, like in the world, people act in ways that we don't understand. Like also, even in Krishna's pastimes, Balaram seems more inclined to Duryodhana. And Duryodhana he didn't like that Bhima hit Duryodhana below the waist, and he was quite angry about it. So it's interesting that it makes it more, what would be something that we can become a little emotionally involved with. We talked about it, that we're so emotionally involved in this world, but actually we're meant to become emotionally involved in Krishna's world, in Krishna's pastimes. So a natural response that we come to, come on, why are you so involved with this Duryodhana? And so it kind of pulls you in a little bit. So I was wondering if that's also part of the reason why Balaram is acting in a particular way, that he can touch on human emotions and points towards.
Whether Balaram acts in the ways he does to pull us in with his emotions. That Balaram sometimes acts in ways that we don't expect, like that he's got some attraction for Duryodhana, Yes. Yes. The plan was that Duryodhana was a very good student, and at the end, Balaram said he wanted to give him a blessing, and he said, "I would like to marry your sister, Subhadra." So Balaram said, "Oh, that's okay with me," and he was going to let Duryodhana marry his sister Subhadra, and it was all a big plan to... it was all part of Shakuni's plan. They were trying to split Krishna and Balaram, make enmity between them. That was the whole plan, was to create enmity. That was why he in the first place took lessons in club fighting from Balaram. I mean, there are other teachers, but he was trying to create enmity with Krishna and Balaram. So they tried to get married, Duryodhana and Subhadra married, but because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knew, so then he made a plan to foil their plot. So then he said to Subhadra, you have to let yourself get kidnapped by Arjuna, but you have to do it in such a way that, you have to drive the chariot. You go to such and such a place, the temple, and then he'll come along, and then you have to drive the chariot. So then it looks like Subhadra kidnapped Arjuna. Then they couldn't do anything to Arjuna. He said, "I didn't do anything."
That's the version that we see. That's not exactly what we hear in Krishna. It's hard to know which.
All right. Oh, he's pretending to be a sage, a sannyasi. Yeah. Yes, it was Krishna's idea that they did like that. But they had to find a way to... Yeah. Actually, Krishna was always upsetting Balaram, but somehow he managed to talk his way out of it.
Because you said that he convinced Balaram that actually Subhadra wanted to marry Arjuna. But then Subhadra had to deal with Gopi. Gopi was the first one. If you listen to this pastime, you can get more emotionally involved, rather than just Krishna is like up there far away from us.
So at the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, the last battle was between Duryodhana and Bhima, who were both students of Balaram. So he was touring all these holy places, but then he heard about this battle and he went to try and stop it, and they wouldn't stop it. And so Krishna wanted Bhima the only way that they could kill Duryodhana was to hit him on the thigh, because he'd got this blessing that all the rest of him had been made indestructible by the blessing of Duryodhana's mother. By her glancing at his body, he'd been made indestructible, but because he had the few banana leaves around his waist and thighs. Yeah, so by Krishna's sneaky plan. Actually, most people were killed in Kurukshetra by sneaky plans. That the Pandavas might not have won if Krishna wasn't there. Krishna was suggesting, you kill him like this, and they were, most of the main people who were killed by sneaky plans. To kill Bhishma, they had to put, what's his name, the one, Shikandi, in front of Arjuna. I mean, what a cowardice thing to do. Put someone in front of you. That's like a really cowardice thing to do. Arjuna wasn't feeling too great about that. But it's the only way that they could get all those arrows into Bhishma, then he wouldn't fight back. Then to kill Karna, he also used actually illegal way to do it. Karna got out of his chariot to lift the wheel out of the mud. And Krishna said, "What are you waiting for? Kill him." He said, "Well, I'm waiting for him to get back in his chariot." He said, "You must be joking. How did he kill your son? He killed your son illegally." He said, kill him. So then, while he was down from his chariot, which is against the rules, then Arjuna killed Karna. Yeah, that was he said, "Look what they did to your son."
And Bhima had also made a vow, because when they were trying to disenroll Gopi,
Yeah.
Bhima was saying,
He's going to break your thigh. Yeah. So there's two descriptions. One description is that in the first canto it's described that Bhima breaks his spine, the spine of Duryodhana, and later on it's described that he breaks his thigh because of the vow. So it's nice that Krishna and Balaram sometimes didn't agree. Like, just makes it more exciting.
It makes it more like it could have certain emotions in us that normally, if everything is just perfect, that when Balaram's acting outrageously, we just think, come on. And that, not that we think it in the same way that we think it about an ordinary person, but somehow what I feel with that involves an emotion. And that's a problem I have with the reader, is that it's like when the other day before was saying that reading Krishna, we really hurt his heart.
When what?
We really hurt Krishna's heart by reading the spiritual world. And I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Krishna, even an act of devotion, not even slightly sort of distressed and touching. But then when it comes to the loving relationship, and it's something transcendental. So I feel that we need to hear these pastimes in order to churn this.
So Jayabhadra is saying that when we leave the spiritual world, Krishna gets very upset about that and he breaks his heart. And Prabhupada also says Krishna wants us to go back to the spiritual world more than we want to go back. He's making all these arrangements for us to get back. They're having all these leelas in Krishna book. It's just to attract us to go back. To kill the demons, they don't need to do it in this way. I mean, he does have a Sudarshan chakra. He doesn't need to go into a wrestling arena and, smash them all one by one with his fist. He does have a chakra, but the way he does it is to attract us back. So let's stop there and carry on tomorrow. Thank you for coming to the class. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Are you looking for my thing to put my glasses in? Where did I put my glasses?
Krishna,